Tonight,
They do that.
we come back to the adventure, having not made it very far from the last time. Toban and Morthos have delved into a dark cavern beneath the mansion of Quaiothe, one of the merchant princes that you guys were warned of as having evil views. And he was searching for a lost woman, a lost merchant prince by the name of Zonti, who he was able to find. He saw through the illusion of a succubus that was waiting to probably prey on anybody who came to try and free Zonti. And due to some quick remembering by an off-screen halfling, Morthos and Toban were able to succeed and defeat the succubus. Or at least she disappeared.
By remembering.
The other group at the time, there was some famous words said, "Bizhop Nuka Luka, bitch," and our monk bishop
That's the name, by the way.
jumped out of a sprouting cloud of darkness summoned by the warlock Crypto, and just craziness ensued with people running out of doors and climbing walls and dropping anchors on others, and you guys managed to subdue one of the guards. There were still, I think, 4 active. There were 2 that were coming up the walkway trying to get to the roof, and there were 2 that were assaulting you downstairs near the switches. When you guys managed to hit the switches and
break them.
Break the switches into the retract position so that the chain was retracting back across the harbor.
And there were pirate ships on the horizon.
There were some sails that were seen on the horizon coming from the area of Fort Valerian.
National Guard.
We don't know. They could be flaming fists. They could be pirates. They could be anybody. Nobody knows.
The British
Pirates, if you will.
Ferrets.
And so now we kind of come to our first battle here, is kind of restarting the battle between, I think it was like, spread out, between Morthos, Toban, and some fire dudes. All right, so you guys had tossed Zonti across the lava pit. Everything seemed to be going well. Some noise had been made by Toban, though, to break some chains and other things, just because he always uses his hammer for everything. It's a master key. And it seems to have roused the ire of the fire dudes that you bypassed before.
Come on, you get the left, I'll get the right.
So as he kind of comes out there, yeah, he immediately sees. We're gonna roll initiative first because we're obviously fighting, right?
Yeah, that's how this works.
You could call
We're going to
it.
negotiate.
Literally just cockblocked you out of being able to save yourself.
10 per plus 10 to 11.
That's what dragons sound like.
That's what dragons sound like.
What you sound like.
Oh, there's supposed to be one more.
Sure.
What?
To increase the odds. Oh, wait.
So there's
in
2
the background.
two in the back, very obviously have balls of flame hovering in their hand, and the 4 in the front, immediately close to you, all have swords drawn. All right. So
Giants.
It's all good.
what did they roll?
You got an early night to leave tonight, really.
It's all good. It's all good. They're going down.
They roll really low. All right. So first is Toban. All right. So Toban kind of immediately runs up to the first one because he had told you he had experience with these guys. He knew they were bad news bears. Okay. All right. So first one, what's their AC? Is pretty high. Doesn't hit. Second one doesn't hit. So he kind of goes up, and they're just really too dexterous. He's swinging at them with his hammer, and jack's happening. So
Nice.
it's your turn. Go ahead.
Okay. I want to run up here.
Sorry, we don't do a ton of battle, so it's kind of slow and a little bit boring.
We use our mouth words a lot.
I like mouth words.
Math words are good.
That's not when I hit.
Would you roll?
An 8.
No.
I don't think there's just.
All right, so nobody's doing good so far.
Just run past them. I'm going to use my bonus action.
Swing at him.
Swing at him, and that is an 11.
No, nothing.
Still.
Okay.
Let's see.
Aha!
That's your breath.
Sorry, I gotta get better music.
Yeah, it's the music.
Yeah, it's turned your dice.
I need to re-roll. I gotta re-roll those.
There we
Shane,
go.
the infamous, throws his dice before announcing his attempt.
All right, so
Oh yes, I'd like to attack now.
immediately though, these kind of move forward. These three here. This guy, he can't really get to you guys yet, so they're kind of hanging back. These two in the back though are just kind of staying where they're at a little bit. One moved a little bit closer forward, and they're gonna get some attacks down on you guys. Zonti's kind of hanging back, like in the shadows a little bit.
It's all good.
What's going on? Why is
It's
there
a
no-
cloaked man. Staying.
Here we go.
Cloaked man out there?
Yeah. Yes, go get him, Shane. He said, I don't know, it's a cloak. If cloaks are spooky.
Okay, so the first one's swinging at Toban,
Oh, Monster Hunter music.
and yes, it is. That's not gonna hit. That's not gonna hit. The second one swings at Toban. That's not gonna hit.
50 something.
That hits.
Oh shit. Yeah, that's fine.
Was that hit, Devon?
Yeah, one of the guys managed to hit Toban.
Right here.
He only had to roll a 17 to do it.
10%.
He's on fire, though.
Oh man, and a whole 6 damage against his 65 health.
Oh,
Alright, so Toban is like he doesn't care.
Oh, Devon is a big ass.
Alright, and then one's gonna swing at you. It's an after 20.
Oh, who?
And
Oh, who?
on you.
Oh,
And the other one's an 8.
who else?
Alright, so you get hit for 8 damage. 8 slashing damage.
You want that
So
dragon now?
Hellish Rebuke.
Okay, cool. So that's this one right here.
Okay. So is that 2d6 or 3d6?
Hellish Rebuke. Let's
How many
look.
do you take?
Compendium. It's usually a warlock spell, right? And then in your case, it's being a tiefling thing. I think it's at second level, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
And so 1d10 for each spell slot above, so 3d10 on a failed save. So they make a dexterity saving throw against, I think in your case, it would be intelligence. What's your int modifier?
Charisma.
For Hellish Rebuke?
Should be.
Alright, so charisma, what's your charisma? What's your spellcasting modifier? It's 8 plus 4 plus 12 plus your proficiency 2. 14. Okay. They didn't make it. Alright, so you have 3d10, man, go for it.
Alright, I gotta find some d10s. I thought it was d6s for some reason.
I'm glad I had your back there, man.
Yeah, thanks. There's my d10.
It's your Pam tonight.
What?
That was a clutch save. You were for sure gonna die if she didn't remember that. Because Toban he'd only used 2 of his spell slots. And he
out of 80.
and he has 2 attacks and a shield bash every time.
Ooh. 15 damage.
Okay, so as that one manages to slice you, and he does get a good hit on you, you kind of point your finger at him, and like dark red and black energy kind of leaps off of it towards him, and he just kind of screams like, "Ah!" He's not looking good. All right.
The Monster Hunter PST.
All right, and then we're gonna have the spellcasters attack, and they can do other things.
They only get to use that once, though.
Yeah.
I can use it whenever I want.
Say what?
Nothing. Don't correct me.
Okay. Cool. That's super crappy. Okay. So the fire dude, both of them are going to do the same thing here. As they see kind of 2 powerful things, especially after that last hit you just dealt to his little melee buddy up there. They both kind of reach out their hands and do a thing that's really going to not be good for anybody in the immediate area.
It's gonna hurt his own guys, so go for it.
It might.
It's my favorite video.
I wish I had spell cards for everything.
I like how we can't get away from SpongeBob now. It's just the sponge won't let us.
Who usually has flaming sphere? That would be like a wizard thing. Right?
Yes. I'd like my warlock to have it, but no. It's fine, I got one person.
Okay, so they each kind of reach in and you begin to smell this kind of brimstone smell in your nose. And you can see there's a small dusting of powdered iron that they can throw out. And as they throw that out, this large fire sphere kind of appears on one on your space and one on Toban's space. And I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
GG no read.
Toban failed.
Do I get advantage on that? Dex saving throws?
I don't think
on a
so.
rogue?
No, you just have high dex saving throws.
Do tieflings not produce fire damage?
It's okay. It's not that much damage. Yeah, he does. So he's gonna be
Well,
okay.
I did it. I got an 8.
Yeah, they have a higher than that. 16. This is Toban's turn. Toban takes 9 points of damage from the flaming sphere, and you take 7 reduced by half. And I think they round down always. So in this case, 3 damage.
Nice.
Toban's taking some damage.
So a miniature sun collapses next to you, and you kind of just go,
This is kind of hurt.
Yeah.
Flush wound.
Okay.
literally just a flash. Biggest.
This dice is
That's
Yeah,
all starting to
like
look a little bit rough. You're keeping track of your own health. All right, so these flaming spheres are just kind of sitting there, yeah, that's it. So Toban's turn. So Toban, seeing that you've already injured the one in front of you, immediately swings towards him with his shield and just smashes him right in the face. And first we'll have roll damage and we'll see. Nope. All right, so he hits him with his shield and it just immediately bats him into the lava, and he just kind of dissolves into a gross lava mess. All right, and then he's going to swing twice at the guy in front of him. That hits.
Right there.
That does not. All right, so
Paladins, dummy.
the music. The music. Think of Conan the Barbarian.
Should be taking a monster, right?
Of what?
This is the means we hit some of the monsters usually.
that's exactly it.
Okay.
Okay.
The basil meat team.
All right, it's your turn. Go ahead.
Alrighty then.
Get him, real tree.
Zonthi is still just kind of cowering in the back.
You did just fling her over a lava pool, so I'm still.
I want to bounce back a little bit.
Go for it.
I'm going to use my cantrip. If I can find it.
Your character. Gotta take his cantrip out of the backpack. I know it's in here somewhere. Come on. Oh, did you get those spells put into it?
Okay, I'm going to use Air Slash.
You mean like your 4 spells? Yeah, I didn't make the cards yet, but yeah, I've got them written down. Oh yeah, the one with the charisma modifier thing.
Yes.
You do you. Just tell me what you swinging with.
Okay. I'm going to hit this guy here.
Okay.
Range is 80 foot.
There you go.
Components is self.
Ding dong, is that you?
Instantaneous. I form a blade of air and I launch it at incredible speeds at that creature.
So you kind of reach out your hand, and I imagine like this kind of slightly glowing green blade with like wind coming off of it, and you just and it flies off towards him.
So I roll to see if I hit.
Did somebody say Thunder Fury, Blessed Blade of the Windseeker?
Oh my lord, don't start.
Did it say what? So I get to, what do I add to that? My spell?
Spell, so it's your proficiency plus your charisma modifier. So 4 to 6 so 10.
10.
There you go. It just kind of moves past him. You're unfamiliar with the spell. This is your first time using it, and it just kind of shatters against the wall behind him.
Okay.
So
Can I shoot my short bow now?
No, because that is a action.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you're too slow.
All right. So it is now the lizard dude's turn. So this one kind of moves up, and he moves like next to Toban, but he's attacking you. And Toban's got 2 on him. Miss. 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 Fucking Toban. And these are for you.
Oh no!
Yeah, so here you go.
Those were for me.
A 15.
It hits.
All right. And a 13.
Misses.
All right. 3 damage. 3 slashing damage. All
You actually heal him for long enough.
right, and then
Let's go slowly.
that lizard moved through the flaming sphere.
Yeah.
He succeeds on his dex save,
Ah,
so he takes a little bit of damage.
Stupid little lizard.
Fire, don't hurt me.
Oh, and he's resistant.
yeah.
He doesn't take any damage.
No, it's just
He takes 1 damage.
Yeah.
All right, so they're going to continue to control their flaming spheres. They move that one, and it goes. They can move it, I think, 15 feet. So it goes through that guy and then onto you. So he's going to make another dex save. The flaming sphere, the ball of fire. It's like here.
It was stationary.
It was here,
Stationary.
where you were. He's moved it here and then on top of you.
Oh, so I gotta make another.
So you got to make another dex save.
I'll
He failed. All right.
So
2 damage.
17.
You're good. All right, so you take, half of you take 1 damage. Being fire resistant is
so much here.
pretty good here. That guy takes 2, and Taban failed his dex save.
Watch him try to say, "Oh, you know, if you hit me with lightning,
9 damage.
pretty much really hot."
Taban's he's at like almost half health. He's not doing good.
But don't he have like spells?
He's got some stuff he can do.
He can smite them.
All right, so that's it. It's now his turn. So Taban's gonna shield bash the one that he's been trying to kill and keeps missing over and over. This time it succeeds, and I think he's gonna get a dex save. No, Taban did it.
I was about to say, check Devon's kill list.
All right, so he shield bashes this guy in front of him, knocking him prone to the ground, and then he's going to try to finish him off with his warhammer. He misses,
And he misses.
and plus 7. And that one hits. All right,
Robot smash.
and so it's a
Finally.
crit. It's a crit because he gets advantage.
Yeah.
So it's a hit. Is it an auto crit? No, it's
Damage.
they're incapacitated.
The
Right?
damage is auto crit.
Oh, it is. Even if they're just prone.
Well,
No.
I think it's
no, he gets
incapacitated.
advantage. Yeah.
Okay, so that's who he's gonna hit. And another hit. Alright, cool. So
Yeah, if they're like, was it sleep spell, hold spells,
6.
those things.
That'll do it. Alright, so he, shield bashes that one and then just smashes him twice into the ground with his hammer. And he's a bloody mess.
There's a lot of effort for a little lizard.
It's your turn.
So it's my turn. Okay, this one in front of me has really pestered me off.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, there you go.
boom, I hit him with my rapier. And then I'm going to do sneak attack with that.
Became sniper.
So that's, do what?
No.
Ooh, that's a long sneak attack damage.
That's 12. And, oh, that's the wrong hit dice. You wouldn't like that. 1d8. Alright, let's see here. 7,
Ooh.
10.
Yeah, that's enough. So you kind of just stab forward, and he's not really expecting it, but he was kind of focused on Toban at the same time because he just killed one of his dudes, and it just murders him. He was super dead.
Oh my gosh, you actually killed somebody.
Halfway done.
All right.
Unfortunately,
Oh.
So I'm gonna just stay hang out right there for
Okay.
now.
Yep, it's their turn. All right. So this guy, he's going to attack Toban, who's right in front of him, and keeps killing his buddies. Natural 20. And ooh. Toban just gets stabbed like right in the chest this time, and he's not looking super hot. Yeah, he's looking like he's hurting pretty bad. And you can see he's like,
Don't
All right.
let Termine before Whiskey gets a chance to meet. Official.
they're gonna go ahead and just keep their flaming spheres up. So make a dex save. 6.
13. No, 13.
12.
Okay, so you failed dex save, but you're resistant to fire. Please.
What was that?
Somebody drank.
The
No, that's
alcohol! No!
I just thought it was something that would stain. You take 8 damage, reduced to 4.
Crushing.
Do you need more to drink?
Clearly not.
Clearly not.
I was trying to
I'm not
catch
going to
up.
kill out either. I'm going to kill these little shitheads.
That's it. Yeah, so it's Toban's turn. He's going to attack the guy in front of him. Shield back first.
I told you.
It's a miss.
I see that.
He attacks with his Warhammer once and hits, and attacks again and misses. Max damage on that person. So he hits that guy, and it was a healthy hit for sure. 12 plus 5, 17 damage. The guy's looking rough. It's your turn.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come around and I'm hitting this wizard.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and make an attack.
17.
That hits.
Okay. Sneak attack.
Yep. Sure. Yeah. Because you could have moved here, and then you would be good. Okay. Because that's nothing's within 5 feet of you.
So that wasn't too good. 7. That's 10 damage so far.
He gets sneak attack with 3 enemies?
He gets sneak attack because of his rogue archetype, and if there's
damage.
nothing within 5 feet of him, he gets sneak attack. But normally you would need somebody to be flanking. So, but in this case, because he could have moved right here instead of being right here, he gets it. All right, and you said how much? 18. Okay, and that was. All right, you gonna do your offhand attack?
Yes.
You should have enough charges to make another sneak attack if you want.
Not yet. I got 4.
Okay.
5. So, 18.
That hits. Their AC's 10.
6 damage.
Okay. He's looking pretty bad. Alright, so it's their turn, and as this caster sees that all of his friends have started to die, and you're currently attacking the other Fire Dude Warlock, that guy there, he turns and he begins to run this way towards the lift.
Can I throw ink in his eyes?
No, I'm gonna
Pocket
see.
I got a bottle of ink. Let's throw it in his eyes. You can't see me.
Joke's on you.
Okay, and as he gets there, you see him, and you can't really see that well in the dark because he's getting kind of close towards the edge of your vision a little bit.
Right.
So it's very dim. He reaches his hand out, and a ball of fire leaps towards the lift ropes. This one, though, misses and just kind of splashes harmlessly against the cave wall.
Come on, Savon.
I don't think the other ones have attacked yet, have they? Okay, so...
Come on, okay. We got to kill this thing. That's my British accent for you.
Topped off really good. Top of the morning to you.
So this, and when that guy did that, when he walked that far away, his flaming sphere fizzled out on top of Damon. So Damon's no longer being affected by that. You can see the other one behind you falls as well, and the fire newt begins casting something different.
Yo, Damon is so fast. What's her?
While he's casting, can I cut off his toe?
Hell yeah.
No.
Why not?
Oh, he gets disadvantage because he's casting, but not an opportunity attack. So we looked that up in the one shot.
Nice.
For you. Okay. Range spell attack for each round hit. Okay, so he's got disadvantage here, but he reaches his hand out. Actually, you know what? No, he doesn't do that. He moves back, and you get an attack of opportunity.
17.
That hits.
I get sneak attack on that too.
Yeah, you do, because there's nothing within 5 feet of you.
Look me in the eyes while I sneak attack.
6.
That's enough. You got him. With
6 and 8.
So as he kind of
18.
begins moving back from you to attempt to get away and do something a little bit more deadly, you slice him down. He's dead.
You gotta commit or die. That's
all right. And the other guy, he just at this point, he knows he's almost done. You can see him. He kind of and spits like this flaming ball of like whatever at Toban.
His life force.
It clatters against his shield, and he just kind of whips it off real quick before it does any damage.
Haha! You can't impregnate Toban like that. You silly.
Toban's turn. Misses with shield bash. hits with the Warhammer, hits with the Warhammer. This guy has
This guy's dead.
15 health points.
Oral
I don't see him surviving. That's
Yeah,
9. That's 6.
Minus
That's
the
15.
X.
There we go. All right. So that newt, he just smashes him and he's done. He's like, quick, stop him before he gets the lift.
Don't forget to take their eyes out, guys. Those are good for stones.
All right, it's your turn.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Close.
Bam! You die now!
I'm not gonna dang any moments, you know?
That don't count?
Oh man, it was a 19 too.
That's a shame.
You'll probably hit either. Oh, well,
Is that a 20?
what is it? 3 plus what? 6? 9?
9.
No, it misses.
Alright. Second attack.
With your crap rapier.
Ah.
Now you get the 19. All right, so you hit him with the crappy rapier, but you still get sneak attack. So
Oh, sweet. Wouldn't believe it. I hadn't seen it myself.
let's see. Are they gonna get trapped in the friggin' underground cavern?
No! That's 7. Right?
18.
Plus 3 is 10. 15, 21.
That's a lot. All right, so this guy, he definitely, you stab him in the back, and he's like, and just kind of laughing at you a little bit because it is now his turn, and he reaches his hand up, and he's shooting the same thing the other guy looked like he was trying to start doing, and he's going to attempt to use Scorching Ray on the ropes.
Then they die to the elevator boss.
Thanks,
There it is.
Thank you, Dark.
All right, so he gets 3 spell attacks,
Oh no.
and each one is 2d6.
He's gonna get that rope.
If he hits it,
He's already used one though,
That
right?
was the other.
no, this is a different thing. He does Scorching Ray is a level 2 spell, and he gets 3. That misses. That's a natural 1,
Oh, he should have.
and that one hits. All right,
The
so
natural one should have counteracted the hit. And then he should have failed. We got tangled up in the rope, and the third attack don't even count.
That's right, fire gets tangled
that's
up
so
in the
funny.
rope.
So I said, I'm gonna tell you guys, I rolled a 1 for damage. The rope has 5 health against fire because it really has 10 health, but fire deals double damage. So as long as I roll lower than a 4, it doesn't break. It's a 3. So there you go. So it hits it, and you can see it starting to burn away, and it just kind of.
The most
And
stressful. orange
that
juice.
second ray that he did, though, kind of you can see he's like, and it just detonates around him, and he's dead. He's gone.
Okay, so I ran water.
Okay. So you immediately begin running, and so does Toban, because he was wanting to cool off. Zonthi kind of is like, have they all gone? And we're going to take a break from this round of
I
stuff
should have
going on.
investigated the water. The zombie comes out.
We'll say, for now, you're still in the hallway,
Okay.
very thirsty. All right.
I'm not drinking.
Yeah, that's lizard pee.
Okay, so you guys, just for the sake of speed and the fact that there were 4 of you and only 2 bad guys left, we'll say that you easily, as a team, considering you have Whiskey, Minsk, you're down there, Crypto.
Upstairs.
No, just Jasmine. Jasmine's the only one
Not
on
the
the roof.
roof, she's not, she's gone.
Jasmine's on the roof. The rest of you are all downstairs. So we would assume that 2 of them would not pose a threat to you. As you were fighting, though, you were able to hear the crashing noise of the other 2 missing guards breaking through to the roof.
Oh, they broke your combo.
No, he took the Tombo out. It was the chair that she rolled a natural 20 on.
That was literally the sound effect from what, It? Screaming?
No, she set that guy you charm person on top of you.
I didn't even charm her.
In a chair, and then she rolled a natural 20 to reinforce the door with the
With
chair.
her spit and paper.
So the
clip.
chain's still coming up?
The chain is still retracting currently. And so if you guys remember the way the room looked, it was, I mean, I sent you guys the image on the thing, and I'll pull that up real quick just to show you guys all again. There was the 7 switches.
Yeah.
Then right next to that, there was a set of stairs going down. To the left of you guys was a set of stairs going up, and you would assume, based on what you saw upstairs, that leads up to that other room. don't know where the other enemies are. You know that Azon is eventually coming this way. And there are sails that you can see past the chain wall. You can see sails coming towards you. No discernible markings.
So I look at Mitz. And I'm like, you, big guy. I didn't waste my life to save us here or save the port here. Destroy this.
All right, and
Pointing
so
towards the switches so they can't.
he
operate
looks
anymore.
to Whiskey.
She says, in the position that they're in, believers.
And so he just goes, as soon as she goes, he and just smashes them all to bits.
We should probably leave though because I have a feeling that Azon will be coming. I let myself be known that I was here, so it's a good idea we bounce out of here. Where's Jasmine?
She's up on the roof, I believe.
Okay, and we heard the commotion upstairs.
You heard the sound of the door being, thrust open upstairs, and I would say at this point you kind of hear the beginnings of a struggle from upstairs and like some high pitched.
She rolled.
halfling
She put the
squeals.
rope down.
She did.
The rope is down.
Go ahead, I'll be right behind you.
We're gonna have a Lion King moment.
Who's going up? You got some water?
There's no one else inside the room. Water.
Dead bodies.
Something to drink or something?
There's nobody else inside the room with the stairs going.
There are a ton of dead bodies.
Alright, I'm gonna go up the stairs rather than
Nice.
Okay.
Shadow
Alright,
light.
so you head up the stairs, and first as you get through, there's kind of like a featureless hallway with a couple of sacks, and then you can see they're open. There's things like apples and stuff like that in them. It's a fruit that would be
I grab an
important
apple and
control.
start eating it.
You snag it, and I need you to roll a constant. I'm just kidding. They carry poison apples in it. No, you don't notice anything in particular. You get into the next room, and you see a small table with a small stack of coins, all silver and copper, and some cards. Looks like they're playing a little bit of cards before they.
As I walk through the room, I kind of just snag the thing of coins and keep going towards.
You want to roll a perception check?
Knock their cards off the table.
Sure.
You tell me. I mean, you know.
He's got.
Well, I mean, that's what I saw just offhand.
Yeah.
He's up top.
He's currently going up the stairs. Yeah, and he's in the room where the guards came out of in the beginning.
11 plus 13.
Okay. Nothing really immediately kind of pokes out that you can see. As you are kind of giving it a little bit of a better look, you see slightly underneath one of the cushions on the chair, there's a couple of extra aces and different cards that somebody had been hiding there. Yeah. It's not always treasure, guys. Sometimes it's just cool.
Alright,
so
I
you don't
kind of
notice anything
figure to
else.
myself, like, he still lost the bet regardless, he's dead. So, I go out through the door.
Lord.
Yeah, you know that there's a 50-50 chance he's dead because you guys killed one of them and then the other one you captured. So you kind of continue along the walkway. It's about 120 feet to get to. You can see now. It looks like they chopped their way through the door to get to the roof. As you climb up onto the roof through that little guardhouse, you immediately notice. You can see further along the bridge 3 Zenpan with a small figure on their shoulders, booking it across the bridge. They're like far away.
I just gotta rub my face. I'm like,
Away from you?
Like,
They're going across the harbor.
I'm like, WTF, so I just take off running.
Okay.
They running towards you or?
And
Okay.
the chain still come up even after he
The
bashed
chain
it.
is still retracting. They're running across the bridge.
I use a key. Well, I guess that's his jump, right? Yeah.
They're probably at this point like 200 feet away from you or
So
so.
regardless,
They're pretty far. You could probably catch up to them, but
no one else would catch
roll a
up.
perception check real quick.
Bear traps.
Okay, so you can see across the harbor. It's still very far away from you because it was really far across the harbor. You can see though a bunch of figures gathered at one end of the bridge, and as they're kind of standing there,
Is this a rope bridge?
yes, and they're cutting it.
and
And they immediately, you can see that part of the bridge begin to waver. One of the ropes snaps, and you can hear it because it's loud. I mean, that's a lot of weight being held up, and it just, and Then the other one,
So I start back.
you turn around and begin running
Just
towards
the
the other
chain
side.
that's coming up. Is it big enough for me to jump down and land?
It's
on?
mostly in the water at this point, being dragged. Because like once it basically it gets attached to the other side via some system in the guardhouse, and then once it's retracted, it unhooks and just and then gets dragged.
So I start backtracking
Um,
up the bridge.
And as that's happening, I need you to make an athletics check to see if you can make
What did
it
you do?
back.
Drop the bridge?
He did.
19? Okay, total?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you're good. And so you're kind of like, literally, it's like one of those moments you're like running back across and you can see the two, you can tell Pam she's lost at sea at the moment. Because the three Zentham and the small figure immediately fall. One of them tries to kind of hold on, but you can see like somebody, it's like he's getting kicked or bit or something, and he just lets go and slides off into the water and disappears.
Can't Pam's character swim?
So I'm back at. Are they?
You made it across. You like jumped.
So the bridge is on the lower level.
While in a
right?
blanket.
No,
it was on
the
the
bridge
top.
was on the very top, and
Alright,
it is
so
now collapsed.
All right. So where are these guys at?
She was
Are they-
in a blanket.
These guys are still, I'm guessing, they're still
She was able to kick
hanging around inside the building.
So I'm just gonna take my turn.
All right. So I run back across, and then I
So-
see this. So I'll just give them a chance.
Go for it.
Whiskey looks at you and says, "Are you gonna go back up top?"
No.
I'm just gonna make sure there are no prisoners back here.
Prisoners.
Minsk is already rifling through the possessions of like the guards that were in the front of the building.
Oh, yeah.
You can see him like pocketing things, putting things in his pack.
She smiles like
I've
that.
got to do that to these little salamanders.
Where am I?
So there's a large concrete block, right? Switches. So concrete block, switches, stairway leading up.
In correlation to my feather.
Oh, you can just go get it if you want.
Is there people still banging you outside?
There's still okay. So you walk towards. You can see where they were trying to help the other two guards that you smashed with your anchor. Trying to help them get back in. They're still kind of feebly limbs are broken. They're able to kind of shift the hammer, but they're very injured. And they're just kind of there's two of them, and neither of them are dead.
Okay. So I walk up there. Oh, can I walk up there? Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the entrance to the building.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, cool.
You just walk up to it.
Mm-hmm. Y'all all right? Because obviously they wouldn't have seen me at all after.
They're kind of like looking because they were like on their way out. Like one of them's on his back, the other one's on his stomach, and they kind of look feebly up at you and they're like, "Help, please."
Take a deep breath. I take the anchor, and then obviously the moment it dissipates, depressurization happens.
They feel a little bit better, but one of them immediately expires, and then he bleeds out. The other one though is still alive, very injured.
I cast Spread the Dying on him.
He's stable. He's doing okay. His wounds seal up enough to stop him from bleeding out and dying.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna go down that hall. There's another hall, right?
There's a stairwell that goes down.
Yeah, I'm gonna run down there.
Okay, so
I tell him to make sure to worship that one that came at me. I cannot remember the archfey's name.
I don't think he gave it to you.
I don't think he did
I
either.
don't think he gave you.
But I would know an archfey for sure. Just
You would
because
think from your knowledge that it probably was an archfey. You don't know which one, but it was an archfey of some kind.
What exactly the I want to say school of magic, but what?
Symbol, did he brand you with?
Not so much the symbol. No, that was a different thing altogether. Just as yes. What is it they would represent, like school wise?
Who's your dog?
Restoration. It's
Do you
the most
mean-
logical.
I'm about to tell these guys to be nice to
Necrotic.
Fey is
Archfey would have been like illusion spells and evocation spells and charm spells and stuff like that. Like the stuff you use.
trying to remember. Anyways, yeah, I'm just trying to rep this guy because I feel like he's watching, and I'm like, I know he's going to be looking for any opportunity to.
And you do notice, Summerwise, he's not there. You don't know where he's at.
Yep. So is Juju for that matter. Because Juju chased after what's her name back in the day,
Yes, he did.
and I'm like, we're down
Juju
two
is
flying.
certainly somewhere. All right, so Whiskey. As you head down the stairway, you can tell you're kind of heading towards a holding cell or dungeon-esque kind of area. This is a guardhouse for a bridge, so there's not a ton of space available. You do see, though, against one wall, on the right-hand side. There's no obvious doorways or anything. There's a lot of just bars kind of lining the hallway with individualized rooms made of bars. So it's just a bunch of different cells. And inside of one of them, you immediately notice a what do you look like?
We'll just go with what I look like naturally. 6'3", fiery red hair, and lanky build.
You see that,
Yeah, you see that.
and he's got
Interesting.
he's kind of near another
What race
figure
is
who's not looking super good. Who's
What race are you?
Human.
and he's human.
Boring.
And that's what you see. And you notice, you see, well, no, you probably wouldn't notice. Are you being stealthy, or are you're just walking? You hear footsteps beginning to descend, and you kind of freeze up for a moment because you're not sure who it is.
Right.
And I'll let you guys interact.
You
Kills him instantly.
see this beauty right there.
All right.
Dark hair,
Red hair.
dark red hair.
redhead.
Yeah.
Dark.
All right.
Mahogany.
No.
Yeah, it's like the color of that.
Yeah. Oh, it wasn't. There are people down here. She's gonna look at the figure that's not him.
So there's another man on the ground, young man. Looks like maybe he's 16, 17 years old. He's kind of short. He's like 5'3", dark hair. He's got a large gash on the side of his head though, and he's not looking super responsive. You do have spells at your disposal.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's see.
Fire off.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll spare the dying.
Nice hair, she says to you.
Thank you. Your hair looks lovely as well. Let's see. Can I cast Cure Wounds on him?
Yes, you can.
The first
All right, let's try that. Let's try some Cure Wounds on
So
him.
you see,
Glad she didn't have to do it.
you see the figure that you kind of just met reach towards the guy on the ground with the large gash on his head, and he grasps a symbol which you recognize as the symbol of Gond. The real symbol of Gond,
Nice.
not a fake one.
Yeah, not the animal on my face.
Yeah, it's like a gear, like a wooden gear. And his hand begins to glow white, and the other person, slowly you can see lucidity come back. He's like, oh Lord Obelisk. Oh, thank God. And he looks around, he's like, the house, it's fallen, hasn't it?
Sadly, yes.
Who was it?
I believe it was. Sorry,
It's okay.
Yeah.
You're,
I read it like twice hours
It's okay.
ago.
It's not gonna
Cinemax
matter.
Studios.
Yeah.
Alright, and so he's you. Are you one of them or one of us?
I'm not Xanthan, if that's what you're asking.
Sure. Can you get us out of here?
Why did you just wait until now to cure his wounds?
I just woke up.
Just ask me.
She's happy with that.
Yeah.
I'll look for a key or look for a way to open it for them.
Perception or investigation.
I don't think I have a plus investigation. 13.
You're good.
This
Alright, so
Sorry.
you look around quickly, and you notice a small ring of keys on a hook that was near the entranceway.
After she uses them, she pockets them.
Okay, so you just kind of stick the key in and jiggle it around for a second, like clink, and the door swings open.
All right, we're free.
While she's unlocking them, she's looking for things.
And so
Are they in here?
immediately your underling kind of looks at you, Lord Obelisk, what should we do?
We need to look for
I'll give you a second to actually look at this.
yeah.
He's got story notes, okay? He's got his
Yeah.
own motivations.
While he's looking, I'm looking through my belongings and pointing out things that are gone.
You immediately notice you are missing. You kind of do a thorough search as he's like sitting there and talking to his underling. You notice you are missing 2 of your pink pearls that were worth 100 gold each. You are missing your that staff that you found that you wrapped up in silk because it made you feel weird to touch it. And then, but you also have a new item. It's a small, probably only about this big, obsidian figure of a cart with a single horse and a small figure of what looks like a man. Emerge.
When I touch it, do I feel anything?
Are you proficient in Arcana?
I'm gonna assume not.
What if he proficient in
Oh, well,
Is it Guinevere?
You are?
no,
Fritz has the little panther. It's a little
Yeah.
obsidian
no,
figurine, and he sets it down at the time he turns it.
nothing.
You're not sure. You think maybe you probably got to talk to the more arcanely minded members of your group.
Well, calm down.
Yeah, well, Kong could be a good source of information for that.
What happened to you?
Well, the last thing I remember was being knocked unconscious and waking up here. We were trying to raise the chains because we saw the ships coming.
You were trying to raise the chains.
Hmm.
We may have succeeded in doing that.
Well, job well done.
Oh, wait, they were trying to raise the chains?
Yeah, you guys lowered the chains.
Why were you trying to raise the chains?
Because we saw the ships coming out and we were always told to raise the chains.
But no, we were pulling the chains up so the ships can come in.
No, he was trying to put the chain across the harbor
To see who was.
because of the civil unrest that was going on within the city.
Yeah.
So, it's like if there's stuff like that going on, they don't want anybody leaving, they don't want anybody coming. So at this point, yeah, he was trying to do that.
Yeah.
We're trying to get
He tells you that. And you're like, wait a second.
Ruh-roh.
The chains are in the process of not being up any longer.
Well, that's a hindrance in my plan.
I would say that's one of our bugaboos.
We might have to fix that real quick.
I'm gonna go. I'll be right back. And the other guy just darts up the stairs, and you begin to hear once he gets up, just oh my god, what happened? Why would you do this? And he's like talking to you. Minsk is still standing there, like super proud, just like, yep, I did that. I did, and it's like, why would you do this?
I may did this.
So
Okay, so part of this storyline. No, it'll still work. Never mind. You know everything you're supposed to know. So, all right. So, because I was thinking, yeah. All right. So you know how to repair. Well, you remember I sent you a thing on how to repair the chains.
Yeah.
All right. So you go up there and you see though the switches that are meant to operate the crystals that help to winch the chains up are destroyed. And they are locked in the retract position, and you can hear and see the chain still into the gatehouse.
get right, son.
It's not good.
Cast.
You see this, and so you're upstairs still.
Upstairs.
Yeah, so you don't see anything. You see this you see him coming out of the downstairs area with whiskey in tow, and just tisking and tutting over the damage and destruction that Minsk has wrought.
I see anything else down in the bottom level?
Perception check.
19.
Nothing.
Absolutely.
You get nothing. Not because it wasn't there,
A mouse.
but because it
As
was
you're
there.
leaving the downstairs area, you notice something just out of the corner of your eye, and it was like you felt really on your skin a small like puff of wind, and you're not sure where it came from, but in your opinion, being a thief, that means secret door somewhere within this room. You don't know where it came from, though.
So I saw two Zentham run downstairs. They weren't down there when he went down there.
The Zentham?
Yeah, because you said two ran downstairs last game.
They ran upstairs.
Well, you said there was some that ran downstairs too.
Did I?
There was some coming to fight us on the ground
There was
level.
some on the ground level, but then you said that there was some that went downstairs.
Downstairs from the
Well, let's assume that I did. They are not here. They went somewhere.
Oh, very good. Interesting. All right.
That actually, that works totally well into that. So
Yeah.
I'll go with it.
Yeah.
Yep. So you remember? Well, you wouldn't have been down there, so only you know that. You guys, you don't connect any of those dots.
Okay.
All you know is you felt
Surprise.
something on your face, some wind,
All right. I'm going up with him.
and you wouldn't have seen anything. You wouldn't have been conscious during this period.
The
Okay.
whole time.
So you're upstairs.
All right.
It's not good for the brain to be unconscious for that long.
Oh no, not at all.
Yeah, there you
You better cure wounds yourself, son.
go. So, are you making your way
All
back
right,
down?
so the bridge collapsed. I'm standing at the edge. Of
You're
the
literally
bridge.
just standing there, and you're like, "This is some bullshit."
So I reach back, put it in my backpack, find one of those nice pit extras.
Nice.
You feel
Something I don't know.
on your back. You remember the pink pearls. You don't know why, but you do remember that, and you remember
Thursday
what
night
seeing.
was a hell of a time.
You have a wooden rod about this big that when you put your hand towards it, you can feel a wind all of its own kind of blowing off of it.
Did something.
And you have, I think you have 3
Yeah.
bottles clinking in your pack.
I'm just thirsty.
Not
I just went through a bit. I ran down a
Are
bridge.
you gonna pop
ran
one?
back, yeah.
Okay, so
Pull one
you
out.
pull it out and you
This is an
and
extra-dimensional item.
you pop the lid and it kind of begins to suds up a little bit. And you're really like enthralled. Yeah, you've never seen this before. You have no experience with carbonated beverages. And go for it. What do you want to do?
I
Drink
just,
it.
I'm just like
Oh, that's right.
smell it a little bit.
Smells good.
Pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I don't remember having this.
I wonder what his constitution
Bottoms
got to
up.
say about this.
All right, Constitution saving throw.
Constitution roll.
Nectar of the gods.
12.
Okay. You don't notice anything.
Mm-hmm.
Do I feel like refreshed? I mean, is it like
Yeah, it was good.
Is
Seems pretty good.
Is he restoring any health points?
Yeah. No health points. That you don't feel any. I don't know if
He's
he's getting
gained some.
So I kind of go to the guardhouse, start walking downstairs with this real somber look, just like as I kind of slosh around the Mr. Pibb in my hand.
Yes.
What's wrong?
Okay, so wait. As soon as you see him come down the stairs, you can see on his head, where normally his patchy hair is, there's like quills. Just from here all the way to the back of his head.
Oh,
Just
I'm making it.
and like as you say like, hey, like acknowledging him, the quills like stand up a little bit and then go back down. He's just like, hey, what's up?
Yeah. So I kind of like slosh around, taking another sip. It was like Jasmine.
Quills.
I think she went for a
It's
swim.
the one shot. They bought these drinks in the friggin'
Alternate
mid bar from some barkeep that he would go into the back room and disappear. Like he would walk, like you could see the back room. Like it would be like if I put my hand past here and it disappeared. That's what kept happening. And they got a bunch of
Right.
stuff. They got a bunch of
Mr.
things.
Pibb.
Yeah, some pay
So I'm
extra.
sloshed around this brown, reddish can, sipping it, and I kind of just sit down on the bottom of the steps with this real, just depressed look. I'm like, Jasmine, she's out in the bay taking a swim currently as we speak.
I can't keep any of these people safe.
Your mission has been for naught.
You had more hair than you used to.
I haven't shaved in a while.
Take a damage.
Take a damn.
You like kind of feel and you're like, oh, what is this? You just probably would see it in the last.
I see the can and I'm just like,
It's a bottle, right? It's
Is
just
it-
cans.
is
he
it-
said can, I went with can.
Is anyone else parched?
No thanks. Where did you get that?
It was in my bag along with this, and I kind of reached back, kind of fumbled around for the stick.
Everybody goes.
It's
through
it's
the
right
bag.
on your thing. You
Alright.
grab it easily.
So
When
I
you
grab-
when you grab it, you do not like touching it.
All right, so I grab it, and I'm kind of I'll put the can down.
As you mess with it, it
Yeah.
also
The bottle.
flips out
Alright,
into the
So,
long
and then
thing.
I keep tossing it back and forth. As long as the stick you gave me,
I gave that to you?
you gave it to me.
When?
Some time ago, from what I recall, you said, here, take this stick, and I took it.
And here we are now.
Well,
And am I the
You
only
don't
one who
remember
remembers
that?
You're the only one who remembers.
Yeah,
I'm
Why?
also
Yeah.
missing some items.
like what?
So you're just kind of standing here
Well,
fiddling,
I'll
like
just watch
you
it
and I
all.
were like, I don't think
I'm missing 2 pink pearls.
this is
So I kind
something
of
we
reach
should
down in
fix.
my
And like
backpack,
he touches one of the things and it just
and I guess I pull out a pink pearl. This, I'm pretty sure you gave
Everything's
this to
just
me.
breaking.
Yeah,
I
it's
gave,
all
that,
broken.
I gave that to you?
Yeah, are you intoxicated right now?
You have one of those as well.
So you joined
pink
my guild.
No, you gave it to me as like
You
a,
remember
as a
the-
token of friendship.
You remember the sirens of the pink pearl?
Yeah, you said I was a siren now, and I was like, well, I'm just in this alternate reality. Why do I remember that?
None of this
So,
makes any
yeah.
sense to you.
And you gave me this stick. And I don't really like this stick, but it just feels so cool as I like just toss it from hand to hand.
You must have done something very.
But as you're tossing it, it doesn't extend out into a full staff length.
Okay.
It's big.
She turns to Mince. Do you have one? A pink pearl, I mean.
I am waiting for you to give me half. Wait, hold on. I gotta get into the Mince voice. I'm waiting for you to give me. That's not it. That's not the Mince voice.
No,
That's a thinner mix.
Whiskey.
Hey, whiskey and boo. I'm waiting for you to give me half of all of the things.
I think now's a good time.
All right, so you split up. Just give me like a flat gold point amount because
She wants to give him, if he'll accept and become members of the pink pearl, he wants to give him a pink pearl and Boo. She wants to.
all right, so Boo, you hand him one and he does grab it and it's about like on him. It's like he's like grabbing like a big pearl and he just kind of squeaks a little bit and then you like look back to Minsk and look back to Boo and the pearl's gone.
So I kind of like talk up, like I have the staff in one hand and the pearl in the other. And I was like, so when you gave me this, you said it was a token of friendship and we were now sirens of the pink pearl. But I don't remember exactly what that means.
She also gives Mince 500 gold.
Okay.
Do you remember that night we spent together? Pretty similar. I say to
So
him.
what exactly does the sirens mean? By the way, our friend's out drowning in the bay, and Azon's coming here.
We don't have any other time to talk.
Do you want your money or not?
All right, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
Do you have a pearl as well?
Alright. Yes. So, my mission is to indeed raise the chains because we don't know what those ships could possibly be. And
He's out of my vision because I'm in the downstairs lobby, and the gear
He's-
thing was
right
in the back.
Well, you guys are all. If you would have come down the stairs where he was, you guys are all kind of in the same area. He's like maybe 10
because we
feet
went up the
away.
stairs from the cell.
Everybody, and I kind of pause and
You guys
look
are
back,
right.
and I'm just like, because I haven't seen them. These guys, we're just kind of just letting them repair what we just destroyed.
Oh no, she would not allow that. Is that happening?
Well, you see.
So you look out across the harbor and you can see the sails getting closer.
Yeah. And it's my duty to have these chains raised up because...
Well, your duty
Hold up.
stopped when the Zentham took over this whole facility. So,
Consider it a
I mean, we can kill any Zentham on the way.
I didn't kill anybody. We killed somebody. I don't even know where did this guy come from.
He was locked in the basement.
For what reason? We just free people.
He's probably one of the guards when the Zentham took over.
He was opposing the town.
Look,
So the
and like
Zentham dropped the chain. Well, the
He is
chain.
18, not 80.
there's like this little guy, like he's like 5'3", he's little, and he comes up and he's like, this is Lord Obelisk. He's the commander of this. You know who Lord Obelisk is. He's the commander of Fort Nianzuru, which is the name of this thing,
Thing.
the guardhouse.
Lord Obelisk, do you recognize the sails approaching?
No, I do not.
So we have an issue here. The bridge is cut, and the only way out is out to the. We were currently on our way to the other side of the port, where we were going to try to save the city, but we're stuck on this side.
Well,
So we were going to try to scale the chains, right?
I was trying to figure out how wide the chain was, if I could just go walk
Well,
across.
we know how wide it is. We landed on them. I landed on one.
Yeah, it was enough, they were big enough to walk across, if it, but right now it's in the water.
Yeah, so
right. So
essentially
raising the
we'll
chains
700
would...
gold total. Like,
Give us
towards him.
Yeah.
Do I owe him more?
He doesn't know. That's all up to you.
Do I know any other way across the port other than this chain?
The wall
This was, you guys went over all of your options to get to that a ship would work. There's shipbuilding docks, but that was full of Zentham. You guys
Yeah.
passed that, and they were still.
So there's no ships near this.
You could. Realistically, you could probably try to steal one.
Lord Obelisk, do you not have a ship? We have a friend drowning in the bay right now, and
Do
I don't think. I mean, you could personally have a ship.
I mean, he could. Yeah, you could. I mean, if you want, you can have one at the Royal Docks. You're pretty
Okay, yeah,
important,
that's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
I could have a ship.
It's like that ship right over there. You see that one ship over there? Mine. Yeah.
But a phase.
It is all the way across the harbor.
Yeah, all the way across the harbor.
So our friend's drowning, and I'm not staying here any longer because I'm beach up Luka Luka, and I'm sure somebody told Azon that I was here. So we're trying to, bring him here as we get across the other side of the port, which now we can't.
Are you afraid of this, Azon?
I'm afraid of death, and I plan on living a lot longer. I don't know about y'all, but
So again,
Long life is pretty good.
we're waiting for the chains to come up out of the water.
But- what's the closest dock from here?
The shipbuilding yard. It's pretty close.
But we're
Here.
so there's no little Bobo rowboats outside or nothing.
Nothing.
No
the
dinghies.
closest ones. I mean, like the shipbuilding yard is only maybe a couple hundred feet from here. It's
We're
not
still
super far away.
disguised.
You guys are still disguised as Chultans. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so our friend's drowning. We need to go rescue her. I mean, I'm sure she doesn't want to die any more than I do.
You can make your decisions. If you
Right.
decide to
So
go.
I start walking
Yeah, just
outside.
think of stuff. I'll follow you.
What's your name?
Yo, mom.
Crypto.
So I go outside, I guess towards the ship. I kind of get the staff.
All right. So before you
Wait, the
go.
quills though, does that go through the illusion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Transcends. It's
You would have seen the quills above your head, and that's
Well, I
how
guess
he
I
was
really
able
want
to
to know
tell.
that. Well, I guess I did feel it. So
Yeah, you touched them.
Stab the hell out of you.
Sorry, you guys being an illusion all the time is fucking mad.
all right,
All right.
I head back outside this facility.
Okay, so as you do that, we'll take a break and we'll go back to Morthos.
I forgot Morthos was still.
Okay,
Still
so
alive?
How?
as you go that way, you can see there are no other fire newts. There are a ton of boxes and chests.
We've been through this before.
I want to search. Before I went over there, I kind of searched the news.
Zonthi, you search the newts and you find a red. Both of the casters had these red crystals with them. So it's right, 2 red crystals. The rest of it, between them, they had a bunch of shitty weapons.
Okay.
Like short swords, just normal short swords. Nothing crazy magical.
So
All right, so you wanna
open the chest.
start messing with these chests?
Yeah.
All right. So let's say there's 5 chests and various crates full of food stuff. So
And the moldy lava cavern.
you just tell me what you're gonna do chest wise. Do you want to just start popping them open? You want to check them? What do you want to do?
I kind of want to check them.
Okay.
After my last experience with
So you're
chest, I'm-
feeling very careful. You're going to make a cursory. And Toban kind of went over here and looked to see what you're doing, and then he kind of wandered towards the pool to take a drink. So roll an investigation check for yourself.
How bad I fail at dexterity. I'm trying to keep these points here.
I think there's a secret door in the basement.
It doesn't seem to be trapped.
open it.
As I walk out.
All right, so this one is not locked. You immediately pop it open and you find some random stuff in it. Let's just, for brevity's sake, let's say you find that one of the chests is trapped. And you can try and pick it if you want, and then I'll just give you all this stuff at once.
Okay. I'm trying to pick it.
All right, go for it.
And the bullet.
And I got a 28.
Yeah, you're good. It's easily picked, and let me tell you what you find. So you kind of flip open all the chests, and you're kind of sorting through it. And as you're doing that, you find various items that will be told to me by this.
Yay.
RNG.
Rolls my treasure
Oh,
for me.
Jesus.
Good old treasure roller. All right.
That's such a good job.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Sometimes I roll a bunch of times because it's just a crap job.
The mystery uncommon dildo.
This is not World of Darkness, where the double-headed dildo is the most powerful weapon in the game.
How much
I
is that?
never asked for
How much is an agate worth?
It's not that much.
It's
10.
like 5.
Although I think it's 10.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so it was like
because
10 or
it wasn't a lot. I remember that.
Okay. If it's 10, okay. So it's 10.
Yeah.
So I got 10 agates last
So you
time.
got 100. Yeah. As soon as this loads,
Yeah.
this is a horde, and they're combat 5 through
This
10.
is a 4. Succubus is. Oh.
Because the succubus counts towards it.
Just collecting succubus jewels or something. Who knows what we'll find?
He's so excited.
Could be handcuffs. I don't know.
It's tallying the loot.
I got a pair of shackles.
Oh, he's more thirst out.
Oh yeah. I'm excited for him. I want to know what he gets.
I can't believe, like, no, it's just because the internet's slow. Dang it.
It's gonna be really good because it's slow.
Yeah.
I mean,
Glitches out and gives you like 99 daggers.
I'm hitting horde. CR 5 through 10. Roll. Please just work. There we go. Okay, so you find in all of these 455 copper, 5,567 silver,
5,501.
Yeah.
5,567 silver.
2,000 something gold.
Yeah. That's
No, there's 100 silver and 1 gold, so it's like 55 gold.
Like it was like 2,000 silver.
5,567 silver.
1,000 divided by 2 is still.
Divided by 100.
Oh! Yeah. Sorry.
It's 55 gold. 387 gold. Then there is some expensive stuff in here. 1 loot.
Ooh.
Appears to be finely made.
I don't like this.
Are you
music for that loot.
Proficient in Arcana?
Yes.
Okay. You do feel, you sense a
victory.
little bit of magickiness with the loot.
Okay.
1 pound of platinum trade bars, which is worth 500 gold.
Do what now?
1 pound of platinum bars, it's worth 500 gold.
Oh, damn, there's the money.
That's the question, isn't it? Because you do have a max carrying weight. Luckily, most of this is pretty light. And Fabon can get loaded up, and so can Xanthi. Well,
Yeah.
4 sets of fine clothes.
Hold my agate.
So you have 4 sets of like really fancy clothes.
You feel like crypto would like those fancy clothes.
2 bolts of fine silk, worth 100 gold each.
Jesus.
I'm sorry, there's a lot of stuff. It's a horde. There's 5 treasure chests full of crap.
I know, but,
All right.
but the gold.
3,
100 gold each?
yeah. 3 lapis lazuli, worth 10 each.
How do you spell that?
Just write 3 gems worth 10. Here, I'll give you all the gems at once, right? A bag of mixed gems worth 10, so 30 plus 800 plus... yep, so 800 gold. And then you find like a fur-embroidered handkerchief, an ivory goblet, a silver figurine, a jade small bracelet, and a polished wooden figure. So like a bunch of cool little items.
One of those?
Here, how about this? For you, I'm going to do a screenshot.
And just send it.
It's worth a total of 2,709 gold. And you found a potion of healing.
Yeah, just the potion.
And you hear echoing through the chamber, Morthos! It's Fabon.
Why are you yelling, Morthos?
Oh, hey! Here, you carry this bag for me,
Jeez.
Fabon?
Xanthi sees you, like your hands are full of stuff. And she's like, wouldn't it have been easier just to leave it in the chest and carry the chest? Alright. And she's like looking down into the pool, and so is Toban, and he kind of waves you over.
Okay.
Perception check.
Roll for initiative.
I just choose not to go swim into that.
The Kraken pulls you in anyways.
That's high. That's nice and high.
So 22.
We'll say you notice 2 things in this case. One is you see it's a deep pool, and it's very clear. You can see very deep into it. And it's much, much deeper and lighter than you would think for being within a cavern. You look down and you see a small silver object down at the bottom, just kind of glinting. It's maybe 60 feet down. But you also notice a shadow kind of move across like you kind of just saw it as you were looking down and like kind of getting further in, and your vision expanded this way. You see a shadow kind of moving across.
You wish you had the invisible servants, bro.
Hey,
So
Savon,
you should just leave.
that there is something really awesome at the bottom of this. About what did you say, 60 foot now?
Mm-hmm.
But I think there's a creature in there, unfortunately. So if I like tied myself to a rope and swam down and got it, could you like pull me up?
That doesn't work as well in water. It really doesn't.
I think I could haul you out of there if you needed it.
And whatever you
There's
shoot.
Javon's voice.
Is that Skeeter? Do you think I should go? Can you kind of like buff me up or something? To like,
You've already gotten a lot of his buffs on you. You've got aid. You had like temporary, or you have like your max hit points are increased. And he kind of realizes, he's like, oh, I'm kind of hurt myself.
yeah.
And he does a cure wounds on himself, and then a cure wounds on you. He heals 14, and then for you, 14. So you heal 14 hit points.
Which is going to cure Bishop too.
Okay.
Off camera.
And a far way away, you get healed. All right. So, do you have rope? Savon's got rope if you need rope.
I have a burglar's pack.
Yeah, you got rope. All right, so he ties it around you, and he's like, all right, this is only like 50 feet. And he pulls out another bit and ties that together, and he's got like a working rope.
Oh, a fault line.
And
Reinforced.
he's like holding it, and like he ties it around your waist. He's like, go for it. This is you.
Dying.
Nothing is
Horribly.
So,
I
I need you to make a stealth check.
Oh, he's gonna belly flop the water.
That's pretty high.
Stealth. Where's my stealth? I'm like super.
I'm gonna have them roll.
Can I pull the
Hold on,
plum
I'm
up to
gonna.
Lion King? One little drop.
Hold on a second. Me.
Shut up.
60 feet.
Nobody likes you.
Pretty far.
Have enough
Okay.
treasure.
It's travel 120 feet. hold
Let's see
this
what
breath.
this guy's senses are. Dark vision, 120 feet.
Metal Gear on PS.
Metal Gear Solid.
Gave
What did you roll?
Such PTSD.
19.
The boat that's sinking.
It's not higher than that
like,
for you?
Swim past the vines.
Oh no, it could
and they come
be.
back up for
Don't you have
air.
expertise and stuff?
Well, I didn't
Yeah, like a
double
little girl with you.
Well, okay, so it should be your dex mod, so it's 4, plus 4, so it's 8, right?
Well, my dex is +3.
Oh, okay, so 3 plus 4, 7. So 14 plus 7, so 21.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Okay. You begin quietly. You kind of more drop into the water than dive, and you make your way down into the water. And as you get down there, you can see that it extends far. There is a lot of water down here, and you can see very dimly in the distance. You can't make out more than just general shapes. It looks like some kind of ruins down here. And you swim down and you grab the silver object, and you take time to look at it, or you just grabbing it and going.
You better tell
Do I see
boy.
the creatures?
You don't notice anything.
Taking on the
Right.
rope.
You pull on the rope, and you just feel yourself getting pulled back as Taban just, with his crazy amount of strength, begins hand over fisting you out of the water. All right, so one more stealth check, just to make sure you're not blowing out bubbles and stuff as you're getting dragged.
Oh gosh.
100%. Oh.
Would you roll?
13.
13.
No. Yeah. Is that 13? No.
Hmm?
Can't add. It's 12.
4 plus,
No, that's
plus
11.
8.
Ah.
12. Yeah,
12.
No, 4 plus, was it 7 or 8?
7.
Plus 7, so 12.
11.
Awesome.
Plus 30. So, as you are getting yanked out of the water, you hear underneath the water this like, and it's like echolocation noises kind of zoning in on you, and you see this figure quickly moving towards you. And
Maybe dog
it
paddling.
looks like
I see it coming towards me. I want to cast my, what is that, thaumaturgy?
thaumaturgy. What are you
Yeah.
trying to do?
I'm trying to disrupt his
Echolocation. Yeah, that's smart.
Okay. All right, go for it.
Wow.
Fight fire with fire.
Yeah.
So what?
We'll say this is a performance check. So,
Would it be? How do I cast that? I didn't. That's a cantrip.
well, it's. I mean, you're just kind of like no. We'll say in this case, you're rolling to attempt to place it in a way that distracts. So performance is what I would think. So it's on your charisma. I don't know if you're proficient.
buddy.
No, that would
Cheap
be
meds.
13.
Okay. So it kind of disrupts it a little bit, but you can see this multi-segmented mouth and like these tentacles as this thing swims towards you, and its eyes open up wider as you kind of disrupted it, and it looks.
It's Enzoth.
No.
It looks
Why?
like
I'm pretty sure being this close proximity.
as it kind of swims towards you.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that thing's horrifying.
All right, so it's like you're like getting dragged out, and it's like getting closer and closer towards you. It's like maybe only like 5 feet away from you, and its tentacles are reaching up, and you kind of get thrust out of the water, but it comes right after you, and we're gonna take a break there and go back to the other guys. All right,
Out of the water?
No, yeah,
Oh, geez.
you can see it's actually kicking
literally
feet as it moves towards you.
Negative. Negative.
So as I walk out the door,
Okay.
Whiskey says, I think there's a secret door down there. And then I immediately stop, turn around, and look at Lord Obelisk, and I was like, what are you not telling us?
This count as a short rest, by the way? What? Unless it's counted as a short
Okay,
rest.
so short rests are pretty long, actually. We'll say in your case, while they're talking and stuff, you're just kind of sitting, waiting for somebody to decide what to do.
Yeah,
So yeah, you can
back.
regain your spell slots and stuff. You've heard that there's ways that some of the darker elements of the city are able to move around the city, but you don't specifically know of.
Right, because I'm
downstairs.
noble.
But
So he tells
your other
me,
class is
Oh,
rogue.
yeah, that's true.
So you know a little bit more than you might let on,
Right.
but it's up to you if you decide.
Alright,
to
Dumbledore.
let everything loose.
Let the Kraken out.
How about what's coming out of the freaking water? Jeez, the water.
See.
Kill it! Kill it! I'm running!
You're flying
You're
at the
precious.
moment.
Huh?
I just don't know,
You're
like,
flying at the moment.
if we did do this secret door thing, where would it go? I don't know, like, the layout of this map at all, so.
Okay, so I mean, in this case, downstairs, imagine it being like a big, like here. I'll just draw it real quick.
Okay, yes, please.
Downstairs
Thank
is literally doorway, stairs, and then
you. Alright.
and this is
I don't know
so
why
this
it's
would be
so
um,
Oh, hey Shane, I screwed up your Ben's
so that's where that
That's
Okay, so you noticed
and
that.
you would kind of know. I mean, it's not, of course, it's not
Looks
like a
like
big
a
ass
booty.
on the floor, but
Right.
you know the general.
She's
way
gonna
that-
like drop her cloak,
and
and the thing is gonna do that right there.
Oh,
the shipbuilding yards.
Right. Okay.
okay.
Alright, so I just turn around and say to you, like, what are you not telling us?
Alright, well, I guess since your friend noticed it, there is a little door over there. But
Just like you're working
A
for
little door for
again.
what?
Yep, it's
there's
just
a
like
little
working.
door, and that it's a secret passage.
To where?
It's just like working.
If you want to go to the shipbuilding yards, like you said you wanted to, by all means take it. But I need to get these chains up.
Dude, the chains are destroyed.
You know how to open the door. They
Right.
don't. That's your bargaining chip.
Right, right.
So yeah, you by all means, the door's over there. Go through it.
yeah.
So I tell you what, we'll leave you two putting these chains up, even though we don't know who's approaching the harbor. It could be help if you let us through here, because we have a friend drowning in the bay.
All right.
Is this a quicker route than I take it through than back
Oh, I
to the
mean,
city?
it's definitely quicker than running out in the open as to all the Zentham. So,
Seem to know a lot about the Zentham.
well, they knocked me unconscious.
yet you have a secret door that people like my ex-employers would use.
There's lots of secrets to the
Always
city.
put to Walmart.
So I look towards whiskey. Like whiskey, where's this door at?
And it could be a door that the assassins use.
I just felt it. I can try to find it. She'll
You're
be
gonna come down here and show us rather than us waste time banging on a wall.
Crypto has an idea.
Whiskey smiles charmingly. You do owe me.
It's
If
true.
you fail, I have an idea.
It's over there in the corner.
How much time has this taken? Like,
Both
Yeah,
are ruined, bitch.
yeah, like.
Beginning of it.
Do I still hear the chain clicking for?
Yeah, it probably, I mean, honestly, like, it probably takes about an hour for the chain to retract all the way.
Okay.
It's not a quick thing. You know?
Alright.
Chains is heavy.
Yeah.
So we go downstairs with him leading.
Hmm.
And the kid is coming too, right?
He's still up there kind of messing around with, unless you tell him to do something otherwise, he's going to try to attempt to fix the
Hey.
switches.
Come on.
Who?
Come with us.
Whiskey have mints. Make
What
sure he doesn't do anything more.
What are we doing?
I'm gonna lead them to the shipbuilding yard. I'd rather you stay here and try to fix it.
Shipbuilding yard. You're leaving the building?
He should
Yes,
come
sir.
with us.
I can't fix this. Where's
You're the
somebody has to get into the chain house, and I can't fit.
Why do we need to fix it? We don't even know who's coming. It could be
Exactly. It
That
could
kind
be
of-
enemies.
They're from Fort Valerian.
Well, and so like they both kind of look at
Or
you for a second, and they're like,
Fort
like-
Valerian.
Cholt has had enough foreigners controlling this city. Even if it is the Flaming Fist from Fort Valerian, why do we want them here?
the red.
Intimidation check.
Uh-oh.
You want to try to intimidate them? How are you intimidating them? What are you doing?
Just get down to the freaking second level.
All right, go for it.
Rolls.
18.
It's pretty high.
Alright.
Roll against him.
I guess
These red cloaks
fine. I'll
are
go with you.
these red cloaks are about the biggest foreigners as we can have in this city, and I'm all about freeing the city. But right now we can't do anything, and we sit here and bicker. We have a friend out in the bay. We have more Zentham coming here, and we need to get out of here.
Destroy the chain that made
If we
the only
don't
thing
fix
safe.
this chain and we leave here now, it's staying down. The Zentham will come back and take this building, and this is our last chance to fix it. So regardless of who those are, pirates, Flaming Fist, I don't know. They will be in the city, and there's no getting them
The
out.
Zentham wanted the chain up.
Whatever they don't want, we want. Just saying.
Hmm.
Could be dragon.
Listen,
I look at Richard
Taxi
smile,
driver.
like so knowingly.
Not the pseudo dragon mentally talking to you.
you don't talk to me.
So
Block.
did he quit repairing said chain, or by the what minced bad?
He was really just like, he wasn't even repairing, but like, have you ever been in a situation where something is so broken and you're so out of your depth with
So
it?
he's
Like
like
us
this little
this morning
boy. So
with
he's
the
just
car.
this little
He's
boy.
not a little, I mean, he's like 16, 17 years old,
All right.
like
So
5
I grab him by the wrist and like, let's go
and he's like, no, where are we going?
downstairs, out of here. You're gonna
We're
die.
going downstairs
If,
to leave.
if Azon and the rest of the Zentham show, you will die. You'll never have a chance to repair such chains.
And he's just kind of freaking out more and more. And he's like, we have to, if we don't repair the chains now, we won't get to repair the chains.
Don't forget
If we don't repair the chains, we need to get out of here.
that he sat down.
There won't be any repair.
And
No, I don't
he's
want
like
to.
trying to
You
get out
can't
of
repair
here.
the chains in
Because
death.
he's literally like, I'd rather die than leave my
I
post.
know what it does.
He's
I'm gonna
just-
swing and knock him unconscious.
All right, go for it. We can attack.
Oh,
This was gonna
He's
happen.
attacking your
16.
underling.
yeah, I see
20.
this.
Yeah, that knocks him out. Because he only had like 6 or 7.
A slap in the back of the
Poor
head.
underling.
Now, please, kind Lord Obelisk, can you
All
show
right.
us the way out?
Yes, let's go to the shipyard
All
and
right,
say
so I'm
goodbye.
gonna drag him down by the wrist down each step, just because he irritated me so much.
He has quite the resolve.
He does. He's passionate. I'm passionate about living. We need to get
All
out.
right, so let's see. This will determine if he takes damage from going down the
No.
stairs. So let's say there's a good amount of stairs, so it'll be 3 times. So anything below a 6 is. Let's roll a d20. Let's do like an actual death saving throw.
Yeah.
So anything below a 10 is a fail. Anything above a 20 or above a 10 is a success. right. He's good. He actually gets back to consciousness as you're dragging him down the stairs, and he tries to get out of your grip. Yeah, he tries to get out of your grip.
We're on this please control.
So he's fighting against you, and he rolls a natural 20 to fight against you. And so he kind of trips you as you're coming down the stairs a little bit, and manages to get away from you and runs back up the stairs.
Okay, my turn. I'm done with this shit.
He's out of.
I'm coming down last, so he has to go.
He's gonna try to get past you, probably.
Whole
Yeah.
person. I'm done with your shit.
So whole person's a save against you. So
Oh, I don't know anything.
it's a 14. What's your spell casting thing?
It's on this paper.
Charisma plus.
It's on top.
It's on the spell sheet.
14.
It's a 14. So I think he's.
So like with AC.
Yeah. So I think he's well.
If you meet it, all I have to do is meet it.
I think he succeeds.
Yeah, he succeeded.
Yeah, he did.
This kid is.
So that's your action as he's kind of running past you, and he makes it back onto the ground floor and disappears from your sight as he goes around the bend.
Alright, whatever, I tried. Let's go. I'm done.
Well, that happens.
I hope you have
You
Oh,
should
yeah,
hire.
shipyard.
You should hire better help.
I mean, at least he's dedicated.
To death.
To death, yes.
You'll
dedicated
just
to
hire
death.
someone else when he dies. You should
All right.
know that his life.
Well, let's clear the city of Zentham first, and then I'll start putting out applications.
Where's this door?
It's over here. I'll show you.
It's just like.
And I think we might need you to lead us because we don't know where we're going.
It's my
Right.
favorite moments when PCs leave an NPC or an enemy just to run away, and they just go.
Plot
And it's like, no, we'll see what happens with that later on.
So he held person and then just.
I don't know that I'm done yet.
The final boss.
Listen, in my experience, anybody who gets woken to consciousness after being brutally knocked unconscious 5 seconds after, regardless of how they just got unconscious, and then resists magic that well, we don't want them right now. We need to go
This were all
around.
legit rolls too. Like I rolled
Yeah.
a 20,
Oh,
and then I went like this, rolled another one, and then he rolled like I can't remember. I think it was an 8 plus. He's got a pretty high save. So yeah.
So he shows the door and he does like the rock pushing.
Pull the chain.
you can make up
Like
whatever you
Minds
want.
of Moria door, like do a little elf chant thing. Oh yeah, I had
That's
that.
Diagon Alley. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Whiskey goes back up.
You use thieves'
the
cant
fury
to
on
tell
the
what to do.
Yeah.
Whiskey, you do see at this point there's some thieves' cant around the doorway. Thieves' cant is the language of thieves and rogues, so it's like a
Gotta
written
speak
language. It's
for
not usually spoken. Typically, like it's signed. So like if somebody if he knows thieves' cant, which you can see he's reading it, you can make thieves' cant signs to him that they don't know that you're.
So
Innuendos, yeah.
at the very beginning, when we first started playing, I could tell, I could
Just
recognize
flip
traps,
it off.
but I couldn't disarm them. So
How does
I
that-
see traps on said door as he opens.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Uh-oh.
You had advantage, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so roll an investigation check with advantage. I forgot about that.
16.
That's high enough. You don't notice any traps.
Awesome.
Whiskey pops back up the stairs.
Where's Minsk?
Minsk is just following behind. He's always just
I was like,
next to
and I look back, I was like, we're obvious. There's someone drowning. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right, so okay, so real quick, so Minsk and Whiskey are going upstairs. What are you doing? You following him? Or are you following them?
I'm going downstairs.
Okay, so you guys are making
We got
your
a
way
whole
into
party
the secret
going.
passage. As you make your way upstairs, you see. Roll a perception check.
A red dragon.
7.
You don't notice anything. You don't see where he's gone to.
He's going to get Zentham. He's a secret spy. That's why he's unconscious. Kill him now.
Shit.
I know where he's at.
Alright, I am going to let it go.
Right.
Right. So you kind of go upstairs and
Favoring
like
this kid.
Minsk is like he looks one last time at the broken switches and he looks at you and he's like, I did that.
You did great.
I know you did, buddy. I told you to do it.
Hey Minsk.
This is
And then he
me.
runs downstairs.
She smiles charmingly at him
Yeah.
and follows.
Down they go. And you see the secret passage is still open. So you guys kind of begin making your way through the secret passage. You've never been through this. You know of its existence.
Right.
You've never used it. You have no clue where it comes up. You know it's in the shipyard, though.
Awesome.
Look at those. Oh, damn, there's a bunch of them up there. Oh, mosquitoes and moths.
No, skeeters.
Disgusting.
That's not mosquitoes.
That's not mosquitoes.
That one is.
Yeah.
There's mosquitoes and there's. Yeah, we're gonna figure something out. All right.
Get a thermocell.
Yeah.
Set it right there.
Shane's gonna try to sell you more stuff from the store you left.
Okay. So you guys make your way through the secret passage. You find a similar door on the other end. It goes a couple hundred feet directly towards where you're going. On the right-hand side of the passage, you can see the wall and the rocks are wet with water. That's it.
Did we like descend down?
A little bit, not a lot.
You're gonna end up.
So,
in
Could I assume where it looked like underneath the water?
Based on the water on the walls, you could assume that.
Okay.
Well, you're not underneath. You on one side, maybe it's bordering you.
You're gonna
Because
end
one
up
side
there.
is
We're gonna end up in there.
Yeah, you come up and you see a deep scion attacking Shane. Yeah.
So you've never been down here before, Lord Obelisk,
Nope, never have. Never had to take it.
Never happened.
but you knew it was in existence. This is like an escape route.
You could say that.
So where does it lead out to?
I've never been
To your
through it.
royal ship? Well, I mean, you own this place. I mean,
I just said I've never been through this.
but I'm sure there's a manual that you read that said, in case of issues, see said escape route. So did it lead to your
This was
ship?
made by the guard. This was made by you can assume not the Zentam either, but some things.
Right.
Perception check, or I guess perception investigation.
For what?
Anything out of the ordinary, considering I think, see better than anyone else down here. I should be more keen to looking.
Yeah, I don't have any dark vision.
That'll
How's it
sense.
lit? Is it torch lit?
Well, yeah, we don't know.
No, I should just
In this
dark,
case, let's actually. You only notice that it's wet because your hand is on the wall because you can't see shit.
Yeah, it should be like
you have a light spell that's a cantrip that you can use.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
for free. You can just do it whenever you want.
Yeah, we'll cast that real quick.
Lights. All right, now you can see.
I see.
Okay, you're a little bit further behind them. So roll a perception check.
Okie dokie. That's a 10.
It's strange. You
Plus what?
Wisdom, right? Plus 4, 14.
you notice a door that you didn't see there before. You were literally walking down a thing, and you're like,
Wait a minute.
Wait a second.
And we're ahead, right?
yeah. They're kind of still walking up the thing, and you can see they walk past the door. Yeah, Whiskey is behind you. Whiskey's pretty good.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
you were
so
the
you went
last
back up.
guy.
Yeah, so I would say like it's like a 200-foot long passageway.
Mhm.
You're about halfway along it. You're a little bit further ahead. You're probably about 3/4 of the way. You're about 25% in there. So you're a good 50 feet back from him. And you can't see in the dark either. There's light up ahead, so you actually don't see him in the passageway unless you light a torch or something. Yep, you're just walking along, following the noises. You see a door.
And you trip over the deep.
Oh, of course. I would see the traps. So, is anything particular about the door? Its shape, size, make?
It's like a small, crypto-sized wooden door.
Oh,
set
and
into the
immediately,
wall.
as soon as I notice the size of the door, I'm like, looking around, I'm like, uh-huh. In my head, I don't say it loud, obviously, to fear of this guy listening. I don't even know what, screw it. You. I say, think you're cute. So I go to the door.
Thanks.
Okay, so you go to the door.
Yeah,
It's not locked.
to open it.
So you hear a little ways ahead of you, and then you kind of move forward a little bit quicker to see what the noise was, and you kind of saw Crypto go in here. Crypto's gone. No door. No door. You don't see anything. Literally, you heard a noise. You move forward. Nothing there.
She's used to the people that supposed to protect and disappear.
Doing their own shit. Yeah.
You probably assume as Whiskey that he's further ahead. Alright.
Okay.
Come back to it.
That's fine.
So, Lord Obelisk, how much longer before we get to the
50. That's not far.
Yeah, it's just not far.
You begin to see the outlines of a wall in front of you,
Yeah, because the last one goes like what, 20 feet?
something like that.
Yeah,
but
20
it
feet.
sheds dim light in a larger area.
So when we get to the door, I'm just like, when I get to the door, like we should probably wait here for the rest of our group to catch up.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sounds like a
so whiskey eventually, after a minute or so, catches up with you guys.
And Minsk,
What's going on?
Minsk is with.
where's the midget?
I thought he was with you.
I was with you.
Oh,
I
no.
And then, and out of nowhere, and this isn't it doesn't sound super positive. Boo says the little one went into the wall.
Ali will rob us. What else are you not telling us?
Yes, I do not know.
he's like arguing with Boo. He's like,
Like-
there was no door.
Like I told you before, I've never been through here. So people just shifting through walls is news to me.
What now?
Well, he's the master of his own fate, whether it's death
We're
or
talking
life.
shit about me again?
Open this up.
Alright. I'm gonna go rescue somebody else.
Alright,
What
so we get to the...
This?
They all were like, where'd he go?
We know.
Boo said that you went through a door in the wall.
Well, if anything, Boo would know that.
Well, I mean, Minsk said it because Boo told him.
I know, but still, then Boo would know. I bet Boo's secretly the archfey all along.
And then you. All right. So is anybody doing anything? You guys just all standing there.
I think we were just
I,
all standing there.
Well, I tell him to open the door up,
Yeah.
and then I kind of ready my combo.
Roll investigation.
Alright, anybody got a D20 or yeah. Alright.
And then
10 and then
I think it's int, which for you is pretty high. It's all up here. What is it?
yeah.
Investigation?
Investigation plus 3.
Fine.
Okay, so 13.
13.
You're
I'll take
not positive. You're kind of trying to decipher the thieves' camp and figure it out. It's been a little while since you used your abilities. You're not sure how to open this door.
Right.
You
Yeah, for all we know, it really could just be a
So,
point of water.
do I notice as he's like...
You see him doing
do I see-
one of these,
Do I see signatures or anything?
roll perception.
Figure it out for yourself, kid.
Oh,
see.
no.
You are positive, and I mean this seriously, it just occurs to you as you look at the door that Minsk should just chop this door down. And that is what you actually think. You think that that's the best idea.
Whiskey. This door isn't going anywhere unless Minsk beats it down.
Whiskey's gonna check for traps.
Alright, roll investigation. I'm sorry, roll perception in this
I
case.
don't know why he just.
Oh, yeah.
60.
Yep. This door is trapped.
It's a trap.
He
know about
to
this?
beat it down.
Did you know about the trap here?
Nope.
I believe you.
I believe you.
When will Minsk commence to beating this door down?
After we deactivate this trap, apparently.
Can you deactivate it by beating it down?
He takes out his sword and he slaps it into his hand and it makes this loud metallic clang clang.
Oh no.
Echoes through the thing and he's like, "Let us cleanse this den of stinking evil."
Wait.
Minsk, please beat this door down.
How do you deactivate traps?
Roll investigation to see if you can figure
Minsk,
out.
I bet you cannot beat this door
I'm
down.
not gonna listen to you.
He's a rogue, right?
A 6.
You're a rogue too, yeah.
You can roll investigation to see if you can figure out.
Wait a minute.
Alright, yeah,
Let's have that party now.
Does it
Alright.
have these tools?
Let's assume you have some thieves tools, but you're really just trying to figure out how to stop this.
I have these tools, but that doesn't help.
You guys are all proficient in thieves tools, all right?
Dear
Good
God.
job, all three.
Alright, so 13 plus 3, 16.
Okay. So 15 was the DC. So there you go. You can see that it is a trap that when a really tall and strong barbarian guy hits it with a sword. I'm just kidding. All right. So it's a trap that when you push it, the whole thing would kind of click in, and you realize that pull. It's not push. That says pull, not push. All right, so
And that hall fills up with water and you all drown.
so you can pull the door and crack it open, but Minsk is still
Foam me at the mouth here.
So we have to stop Minsk from
No,
beating the door down.
So I'm gonna roll just because I rolled a 1, I guess in character, a persuasion check against Mitz to
Okay.
convince him to beat the door down.
All right.
Let's see if that works.
But he always listens
DC
to
12.
19.
Oh, okay. All right. So as you figured out the door and you're like, pull, not push. He's like the whole time while Whiskey's up there looking with you, Minsky's kind of standing back there, like, and he's like, do it. And he just immediately is like, yeah, and he just runs forward and it takes the sword and like shoves you guys out of the way and just and hits it as hard as you can. And as that happens,
Oh dear.
you begin to hear.
I need a voice.
I rolled a 1.
Listen.
I mean, in all honesty, I rolled a
He
1.
rolled a 1. I rolled a 19, which makes 20. We're all dead.
So in this process, though, can I heat metal his sword and make him drop it?
It would be a little bit too fast, but he rolled a 1 to hit the door.
So he can miss.
As he
Just
is going to hit the door, he reaches his hand back and immediately jabs it into the rock that's behind him, and the tip snaps.
Oh,
And he just, once you hear that, his face just,
I got in your head.
and he like turns and like looks at the sword,
Oh, man.
Oh,
and you can see his face like
He blames you.
something is happening in his head,
He's thinking for the first time.
uh-oh.
and he's just kind of lost in the moment, staring at his now broken.
And I'm the only one who can cast Mending.
Do you have anything else to break this door down?
And I'm gone.
Because you sucked the first time.
Whiskey's gonna pick
It's
up.
the first time you don't succeed. Try again.
He's gonna pick up the broken part.
Nothing. There's no response. He's just staring at it.
just in a catatonic state, like, what have I done?
Baby.
My baby.
My sword.
You try to pull him, and he doesn't move. Boo is like on his shoulder, like
More.
chittering in his ear. No.
So what if it was actually a cursed wall and the door was just a
If
facade?
only Crypto was there to suggest that. That would be right. First wall. Whole time.
Nobody
You
knew.
just had to, like, Harry Potter your way through the wall and just leave us.
Was it?
And so as you pull, I'm guessing you.
Yeah, no, I just go, okay, let's just pull this.
Children, please.
Was it special to you?
No.
No.
No response.
I just
Alright.
want to go out the door. I mean, I
You can see it's a dark, dusty room that leads up into, and we'll stop there for a moment and take a break. Go ahead.